Is this working? I sure hope so. So, hey, there we go. Hello, everyone. I'm Robert, that guy you met today. If we haven't met, go ahead and scroll through my YouTube videos and let's get to know each other. Back here, live streaming again. I'll wait a few seconds for people to come in. And while I do that, I'm going to see if I can figure out the streaming thing. Every time I feel like I've almost got the streaming thing down, they change it a little bit. As folks start to come in, I just want to tell you what I'm wanting to talk about. And if you read the title, I'm not sure how this actually looks on YouTube, but the title is "What's it like being a YouTuber full time?" So that's kind of what I want to have to talk about because of some experiences I had today that were kind of funny, and I'm like, well, I guess that's what this is going to be like, YouTubing. Like literally for a living. So I don't know. I thought I had some funny experiences. Well, I give it a couple minutes. I'll probably go until maybe the 3-minute mark, and then I'll start kind of on my subject. But today I went and with my trusty camera did a food review at a pizza place. Probably have that up at the end of the week. That's what I'm hoping. Got my to-go drink. I think it was a Sprite, if I remember correctly, but now it's water. Yum. Alright. Hey, it's a couple more folks. Hey, if you're here right now, drop me a comment so I know who I'm talking to. That'd be awesome. Guess it's close enough to the 3-minute mark. Alright, so being a YouTuber full time. So I guess I'll say why I came to this subject is based on my experience I had today. I've been kind of, I don't know if promoting is the right word, but I've been kind of all around town talking about what I'm doing and the things that I'm going to be doing that I haven't really talked in detail about on here. That's going to be my surprise for you guys. But I've become, I guess, more recognizable in this little bubble that I'm living in, or not living in, that I'm kind of working around. So like the downtown Macon area, it's kind of weird that people are starting to recognize me. And today, I had the food review that I was doing. I had a restaurant owner actually recognize me. Didn't say anything while I was there. And on the way out, I guess he saw me like about to leave, and he's waiting outside the restaurant. He's just like sitting on a chair, casual. And then as I walk out, the guy's out there, and he's like, I just greet him as I walk by. I'm just like, hey, how you doing? He's like, so how was everything? And I'm like, that was great. It was fine. He's like, oh, okay. And then I just see him like, almost like he wants me to say more. And then I put 2 and 2 together, and I'm like, this guy must be the owner. So I'm like, so are you the owner of this place? And he's like, yeah. And we start talking. But luckily, the food actually was really good. So I didn't have anything negative to say, but just FYI, it was a pizza place. But anyway, that was interesting. But this whole YouTuber full-time thing, Um, some of the content that's going to be coming up in the near future, I'm going to have to separate it, I guess, a little bit from the regularly scheduled programming, um, because some of it is going to be sponsored content. And when I say sponsored content, it's, for example, the Macon uh, Chamber of Commerce, for example, there are restaurants that are members of that Chamber of Commerce. And in some situations, what I'm trying to do is get some of those restaurants basically give me the food for free. Now, I mean, I don't see where that's really a huge problem, but I'm only really concerned for situations where I guess I say, oh, this was amazing. I loved it so much, and then it coming off as disingenuous because the restaurant provided the food. So I'm gonna have to figure out how to deal with that. But I, I plan on, and then the people I've been working with, I told them, I'm like, I'm never gonna lie. Uh, if I don't like it, I'm gonna need to say it. It's one thing to just say you don't like something; it's another to be malicious or mean about it. But actually, I'm trying to think. I don't think I've on the vlog. I don't think I've ever been to somewhere that was really terrible yet. I mean, I've definitely had some that I like more than others. Maybe like the Olive Garden, but I kind of knew what to expect from the Olive Garden when I went there. Hmm. I haven't really had anywhere off. Hmm. Well, if you've been watching and you can recall of somewhere that I went that I completely hated it, remind me because I definitely don't remember. But anyway, so yeah, sponsored content or partnered content is something that's coming up. Um, those things, I think, well, I don't think, those things will help me to fund this whole thing and fund everything around me right now. So I think that's going to be critical to sort of my bigger plan with all this YouTube stuff. And speaking of bigger plan, I was hoping that a bunch of people would show up because I kind of have a question I wanted to throw out to the viewers, but let's see, the two people watching that are being silent, rude. A lot of YouTubers have been using services like Patreon. Norma, review Hole in the Walls. Yes, Norma, that's my favorite thing in the world. I love a place that is, I love places like that look like they're almost abandoned buildings. If you go back, we did a taco place, and it actually looked like an abandoned building. If you haven't seen that one, you might want to check that out. But a lot of YouTubers have been using Patreon, which, if you don't know what Patreon is, it's a service where basically it's almost like leaving a tip for a content creator. So like you go on there, there's content that's specifically for Patreon that comes from YouTube, and I think like it goes like by the month. So you can just say pledge $5 a month to whatever this content is, and then that goes to that person. And what a lot of YouTubers seem to be doing is making Patreon specific content, almost like premium content. So my question for, well, the two folks, it looks like Norma and Carol, who I love you guys, are watching, is that would you pay, let's say, $5 a month for like exclusive content? I guess that's would be the word, exclusive content. So maybe stuff that I wouldn't necessarily share publicly on YouTube, uh, but as a fan, you might find um, interesting. So I don't know. Just let me know what you guys think. Carol. Oh, okay, so going live, I'm not sure what the requirements are, um, but my account, my account has me. I'm grandfathered in to a lot of different things because I've had this YouTube channel for so long. So I don't know if, under normal circumstances, I would be able to go live. I have a feeling that I shouldn't normally be able to go live, but I can. I don't know if it has to do with the number of subscribers or not, but in your Creator Studio on your computer, there should just be a button that says live streaming. Click on it and click stream now. That's what I'm looking at right now. In fact, I'll show you what that looks like. One moment, please. Maybe. Capture window. Alright, well, I was going to try to show you, but I can't get it to cooperate now. Oh, wait, here we go. So I'm just going to show you guys what I'm seeing. So this is the window that I'm seeing, and then if you look on the left there where it's highlighted, I have the live streaming tab and then stream now. So that's what I see. So if you don't see that, then I'm guessing that for whatever reason, the status of your channel won't allow it. So. Let's see. I know if you're under 10,000 views, you can't use the mobile app. Actually, I think there's something else. To stream from your phone, there's something else because I can't stream from my phone. I found that out after fighting for hours. I'm not sure about on the computer, though. Hey, Meredith! Thanks for stopping by. I'm going to go on my YouTube app right now and see what I can see. Because I'm going to be pissed if I could have been doing this from my phone. Which, by the way, my phone, selfie case, just so you know. That's ridiculous, I know. Yeah, see, I don't have anything that would let me go live on my phone. I just have this. Or maybe the Creator Studio. And even my options on the Creator Studio. It's all I have, so I don't know. Let's see, click. Let's see, Carol. If you have over 10,000 views, I believe you can go live with the app. Click the video option. Okay, I'm doing that right now, Carol. This will be awesome if I figure out how to go live from my phone, because then I won't be tied down to this computer. Yeah, I'm not seeing anything of the sort, Carol. Click the video on top. Hmm. Well, I'll just do some research later, Carol, because I'm seeing the thing to, I guess, record. Like I have options to record, but nothing to go live, so it's all good. But anyway, so the life of somebody that is trying to YouTube for a living, I guess part of it is figuring out all the cryptic Google crap and trying to be involved. So I'm really wanting to interact with you guys as much as possible um, because that part is, I mean, that's really my favorite part of it all, quite frankly. But I just think it's the whole point of YouTube is uh, people like me put out things to attempt to entertain you, but it's supposed to be kind of interactive, and it's not just a one-way relationship, I guess. So, also, if you have any questions or whatever for me, or suggestions, or something you'd like to see while I'm here, let me know. That'd be great. Um, so the next thing is, let's see. Okay, so anybody out there that may be wanting to consider YouTubing more or less full time, the one thing to keep in mind is that the up and down of your estimated revenue can be really sharp and really devastating. However, if you have a small channel or a small number of views, that's not necessarily something that should stop you from trying to pursue something like this full time. Because even with me creeping up on, uh-oh, my live stream just got really angry for some reason. Um, Hopefully that fixed it. Let me know if you can still see me out there. That's weird. It's very angry. I have a lot of red things that say unsupported resolution is what I'm seeing. Holy moly. I didn't change anything. Hold on, I'm just going to double check all my settings really quick. This whole live streaming thing is really, really clumsy. Just so you know. I just changed the setting. Let me know if you can still see me. Hmm. I'm going to, since I can do this convenient commercial break thing here, let me do that and fix things, and I will be right back. I guess, and it'll probably be a 30-second ad. I'll be right back. What is wrong with this? Oh, okay. Got it. Perfect. All right. According to this, that ad should be over. Excellent. Okay, so where was I? Yes, you guys are gonna love Meredith. She's one of my favorites. She's the best. As bad as it is to say, my favorite ones are when she's a little frustrated. because there's just something really funny about it for some reason. I'm sorry, Meredith. You know I love you. um, but anyway, what's my favorite part about YouTube full time? So, if I had to say a favorite part, really for me, it's just being in control of my life a bit. I mean, I can kind of more or less do it when I want to and not do it when I don't want to. Um, it's not, I mean, there are some stressful things about it because to keep numbers where I need to keep them, it really forces me to be constantly thinking, okay, I don't have anything going on for the next few days, but I need something to vlog. I need to have an upload in the next couple of days. So it pushes me. But in some ways, it's a good thing because I guess it forces me to do stuff. It keeps me from getting stagnant, which is a good thing. But when you're kind of locked in to, or when you have your brain locked into being lazy all weekend, and then you realize, oh, well, you need to better get this video done so you have some content for the next week. It can get kind of stressful, but, you know, that's fine. I started watching your vlogs when I seriously don't watch it when I'm cooking and the dishes. That makes me so happy. You have no idea, Norma. Everybody's favorite part is wifey. You know, can I get some love? Can I please get some love? You know, come on, people. um, but you know, so getting that content and making sure that I constantly have the content coming, I mean, there's a bit of a responsibility. I mean, that's how I look at it, is that, you know, a channel doesn't need to be millions of subscribers for a creator to have a responsibility to those viewers to keep providing content. Because as a vlog, it's a window into my life. And my life doesn't just stop for days and days at a time. Um, it can get horrifyingly boring, but it doesn't stop, so why should my vlog stop? So it just takes a lot of commitment. And I think that's what a lot of people that they decide to do YouTube and they don't realize how much of a commitment that it is. Now, Meredith, since she's here, I've got to brag about Meredith a little bit because I don't know how she does it, but she vlogs like every day, pretty much every day. Correct me if I'm wrong, Meredith, but I'm pretty sure you upload every day of the week. And I can't wrap my head around doing that. I just can't. I mean, maybe I could go live and talk every day, maybe, but I would go nuts. I would go absolutely nuts. Meredith loves wifey too, of course. Every viewer is a supporter, even if you only have 1 or 5 viewers. Absolutely, absolutely. And you know, there was a long time when I was doing this, and I mean, I would have a video that would only get about 10 views, and some of those videos still only have about 10 views. But I don't care. I mean, you do this long enough, you make the content, and people will come. There's this thing, I don't know if you guys know, it's called sub for sub that happens on like social media channels where people that have YouTube channels will just go on, they'll post their link for their YouTube channel, and then they just say, look, if you subscribe to me, I'll subscribe to you. And there's this, it's like a disease in YouTube. And that's, I think a lot of people that, I guess they look at YouTube and they look at it almost as a get rich quick scheme. they'll do that, and I see people that have thousands of subscribers, and they come strictly from this sub me, I'll sub you back, like culture, and I've never given in to that sort of thing because it ultimately doesn't help. I'd rather have 10 dedicated people watch my vlog than a million subscribers and 10,000 of them maybe watch a video once a month. I mean, I find it fascinating that anyone would want to watch this guy while they're doing dishes. Carol, I'm a daily vlogger as well, not a pro yet, still learning. Having my kids helps me want to vlog daily. Now, see, I feel like if you have kids, it becomes much easier to be a daily vlogger because you don't have a lot of time to, like, there's not a lot of downtime with kids, but considering that wifey and I don't have a kid, we can be really lazy for a long time. And it happens from time to time. It didn't happen this weekend. We were both go all weekend, but the daily vloggers that do the kind of like a family vlog with their kids, I mean, you're talking about content gold right there. You never run out of anything because you can basically just take your camera, hold it, and just turn it on and just let it go, and you're gonna have everything you ever need. You love how real I am. You know, I try to be pretty real. I mean, I think if there's anything that is very different about me in real life versus a vlog, and I'll just be honest with you guys, that there is one aspect of me that's very, very different in real life. Actually, well, no, it's one thing, is I have a potty mouth, YouTube. I have a potty mouth. If there was ever anything that something I need to really change about myself, it's that, because it's really bad. But there's something about when I turn a camera on myself that I have this thing in my head where I flip it off. Like, I can just completely turn it off. But literally, like, every other word out of my mouth is generally profanity. Pardon my French, but for the sake of a demonstration, generally, when I wake up in the morning, wifey will attest to this, the first thing out of my mouth is something to the effect of, damn it, here we go again. Or, fucking hell, like, do I have to? Like, that's me in real life, but that's something that I almost feel like vlogging helps me get around because, like I said, when the camera comes on, I just flip it off. And also around, like, my elders, so to speak. Like, it's almost like this complete subconscious ability to just flip it off. It's just, it's the weirdest thing, but it is what it is. Yeah, Meredith, don't ever get caught up in those numbers. Those numbers will eat you alive. One thing that you're doing really well, Meredith, is that you get a lot of comments. I'm always blown away by how engaged your viewers are. And then you and I aren't too far off in the number of subscribers that we have, but you kill me in subscribers, or in comments. You absolutely destroy me in comments. I wish I had that many comments. But I feel like my videos don't really lend themselves well to a lot of discussion. But Meredith, I think yours are just really good for discussion. Norma, what vloggers do you watch? Okay, so I have a couple that I watch regularly. Meredith is one of them. And I'm really not saying this just because she's here right now. Like, I really do. I watch all the time. I have another one. I'm not sure if he's vlogging anymore, really. His vlog is called Us Vlogged, like USVLOGGED. Um, and I will actually, I'm going to get a link. I'll send you guys links to people that I watch regularly. Um, because most of them I'm actually friends with on Facebook as well. And we've become uh, friends just through YouTube. That's another thing that's been awesome about YouTube is that I've met people all over the country and a couple people abroad, and it's just a lot of fun. So just bear with me just a second. I'm going to pull up my subscriptions and get you guys a couple links, maybe. Okay. All right. Well, I guess I'm not going to be able to get you guys links. All right. Well, the one we're looking at is Us Vlogged. It's spelled USVLOGGED. You can just search it and you'll find him. He is a semi-daily vlogger. He actually does like a fitness kind of vlog now. It used to be kind of a daily vlog, and then he shifted over to that. Yeah, me watching a fitness vlog, who would have thought? But there's just something about this guy. He's Canadian, um, and he has this really thick Canadian accent that is entertaining in itself. But I don't know. There's just you ever just there's just some people that you just watch and you're just fascinated by them, and he is one of those people. But Us Vlogged, USVLOGGED. The other one that I watch regularly is called Sea Cruisers, SEA Cruisers, like a cruise ship. My computer is not happy. Let me close some stuff. The Sea Cruisers, they do cruise vlogs. And I've said a few times in the past that cruising is one of my favorite things to do, so that's why I love their vlog, because they're out there living the dream as far as I'm concerned. So that's that. There's a couple more. It'd be easier for me to just drop you guys some links, but my computer is just not having that right now. Carol, how much more to I love my Meredith. I love my content, your comments. I know. Bravo on getting all the comments there, Meredith. I can't wait to get bigger as people start wanting to do more collabs with me and my kids. Yeah, collaborations are a pretty big deal. I haven't done an official collaboration, um, in the traditional sense, but I am collaborating, I guess, with the city. Like, I guess I'm not collaborating with other YouTubers, but I am collaborating to make content. Yes, of course, Norma. I watch and then I see you on Facebook as well, of course. And Meredith, by the way, I don't know when I would be in Virginia, but I demand to do a collab with you at some point. Um, I'm glad you said meal preps, Norma, because I was actually working on something with wifey. It was one thing she does for work is that she does that thing where she like lays all her food out for like the whole week and takes it to work. Um, and people at her job are always really impressed by how healthy it looks. And then she's like, yeah, they think I eat so healthy, and then we come home and eat garbage. So it's pretty bad. But I thought about making some kind of thing about that. Maybe, what's wifey having for lunch this week? Um, let's see. Talking. Hey, I was trying to copy and paste links, but my computer was just not being cooperative. This trying to stream and then trying to do other stuff at the same time is just not. It's possible, but it's just making life difficult. So I might just make a video and just talk about my favorite YouTubers. That might be the easiest way to do it, honestly. Yeah, that's not gonna work. But I'll figure out a way for you guys to get these links one way or another. Left for a moment. How is the office going? Well, I'll just rotate the computer here a little bit. That stuff hasn't moved. There's a computer monitor right here. Those two offices are still empty, and I mean, I haven't done much. I'm still waiting to hear about some business related stuff. That's really going to show me how I'm going to proceed, and what I need to buy, and most importantly, how I need to furnish this place. So, my computer is actually sitting on a picnic table right now, um, because I don't want to buy anything right now, not knowing what I'm going to need, because I would hate to get something that I don't need. So, streaming. I made a rant yesterday. Yeah, the streaming thing is no good. Um, Based on the comments that are rolling in, I'm thinking I'm on a massive, massive delay. I mean, right now this kind of is a like a chill room, because I'm literally in the middle of what I guess would be a reception or lobby, and well, uh, Meredith says, I think it's awesome what you're doing with your city. I think that would make me so nervous. Whoever said I wasn't nervous? It's terrifying. It's it's terrifying, because now I just feel like I'm really under the gun. But at the same time, the reason they agreed to partner with me and ultimately pay me to make content is because they liked what I was doing. They liked how I was doing it. So to get rid of that fear, I'm just trying to keep that in mind, that they wanted to work with me for a reason. Um, so, you know, it's worth a shot, right? Um, I vlog on my phone only. Sadly, I'm broke and can't afford a nice vlogging camera. Well, there's really nothing with vlogging with your phone. I mean, the camera on most phones is just as good as any other camera that you would get. You know, a lot of people, they dive right in, and I'm guilty. I'm guilty. But they dive right into getting really expensive camera gear when it's really not necessary. Like this camera, I'm not going to pretend like it wasn't expensive, because it was. It was almost $500. But I didn't get this camera until I had been vlogging for maybe 6 months. I waited. I was just like, I'm going to wait and make sure that I'm going to stick with this before I spend a bunch of money. So when is your first official video for them? So that first official video, I don't have a date because I'm actually still waiting on the calendar of events that they have a bunch of events that they want me to go to. And we're still waiting to get that. And then there's a contract that we have to work up that's based around that calendar. So that's still up in the air right now. But I'm going to be starting some of the, I guess, the series of content that I'm going to be making for them. I'm actually going to start doing or start filming that, hopefully, no later than next week. And then what will happen is some of that content will be sponsored by them, and some of it won't be sponsored by them. And I probably said it before, but it's going to be very BuzzFeed-esque with some elements of like a cable news show, like CNN or Fox or something. What camera do I vlog with? I vlog with the greatest camera that exists for vlogging, and that is this right here. That is the Canon Vixia Mini X. I've actually done a review on it, so if you go back through my videos, you'll find it. Scroll through my videos. But I love it because, well, I've got it on a handle right now, but it has this weird form factor screen that flips up and backwards so you can shoot selfie mode. It has a GoPro style 180 view, 80 degree view, and what makes it so wonderful for vlogging, I'm going to kind of disassemble my stick here, is this is what it looks like without a handle. It's hard for me to even see what I'm showing. Okay, here we go. So, and it has this little like kickstand if you want to sit it on a table, and then it kind of sits up at an angle like this. But what makes this awesome is the form factor lets you sit it in the palm of your hand like this and record yourself. So you kind of use it like this. You flip the screen up, and then you kind of use it like this, and you can see yourself, and you don't have to really reach way out. Like, you don't need a selfie stick or anything. You can have it right here in front of your face. And then if you want to record the other way, you just flip it, and you can record like this. I found that for me, while this works really well in your palm like that, I found that the GoPro stick with a 1/4-inch camera adapter works the best for me. So I just assemble those two. The stick was shockingly expensive, but it's really well made. So this is generally how I go about it, just like this. Norma, yeah, with your iPhone 7, I mean, that camera on that is better than most cameras out there. I mean, if you have the storage space on your phone, I would just use that. Carol uses iPhone 5S. Yep, me and you are in the 5S club. I have no desire to upgrade my iPhone anytime soon. Canon Rebel. Yeah. Yeah, Carol, you might benefit from just maybe upgrading your phone. Just get a new iPhone 7 or something and just use that. It has a great camera. A lot of YouTubers do use the Canon G7X. Now I'm going to talk about the Canon G7X. I personally find that camera is a bit overrated for the price and for what it is. For the price, I think you should get this all day long because ultimately they're about the same price. The video quality, I mean, it's, yeah, good video quality. It's relatively compact. The batteries are expensive, though, and you're going to want a couple of those. The video, like, there's a lot of weird video quality stuff that no one will probably notice but me or someone like me, but when it comes down to editing those videos, there's a lot of things that happens to the video as it's being processed inside the camera that makes it troublesome when you're editing. But I'm going to show you guys the camera that I'm about to start using to do, like, food porn shots and things like that. This is brand new. Check this out. Have my handy dandy backpack, which I'm pretty sure you guys don't generally see, but I have this on all the time. This guy. This is my Nikon D7200. This is probably the most expensive camera I've ever had. Got big glass on it. I'm going to start using this because the quality, the video quality on this is almost like cinematic. It's crazy how good the video quality is on this. So I'm going to start using this to just do like B shots and food porn type stuff. The only thing that really sucks about this is it doesn't have an articulating screen, but it doesn't really matter for what I'm going to be using it for. But this is my new baby right here. I love it. I do have another suggestion though. Hey, Neil! Life of M! Just a few minutes ago when we were talking about channels that are my favorite, Life of M might be my favorite. If not my favorite, it's definitely way, way up there. I love these folks, okay? Do yourself a favor, if you're watching this right now, go ahead and click on Life of M there. Go to that channel and subscribe. Love them. Love them. I want to have that family when I'm a grown-up. Oh my God. But Neil already knows that. But anyway, the Canon G7X, this is what I used before I got this camera, okay? I use this. This is everything is reversed for me, okay. This is a Nikon Coolpix P7800. It has the flip out screen and all that good stuff. There's no battery in it right now, but the lens kind of pops out. But it has all the manual settings and all that stuff. This has DSLR quality, and I only paid about $300 for this. And you see this right here? It's got the shoe mount. So you can add, hold on. Microphone. This is the microphone that I was using for the longest time because I couldn't afford the new little tiny video mics. I mean, it looks kind of ridiculous. It looks kind of ridiculous because it's so big, but this actually worked really well. This microphone is an Audio-Technica something or other shotgun mic. It's about 30 bucks on Amazon. But this camera, if you can find one, and you can't afford that G7X, I highly suggest this one. It's just an incredible camera, regardless. As a still camera, it's excellent. As a video camera, it's excellent. Nikon. Yep. That is a big mic. Yes, I'm so glad you guys subscribe to Life of M. I mean, I really do love that channel. And Neil, are you still doing Life of M, or are you only doing the Big Kids TV? Okay, so I wish I could show you guys. Crap. There's no dignified way for me to show you. I'm actually using some lighting right now. It's hard to... Crap. Well, that's useless. Hold on. I'll show you the kind of lights that I use. Okay, so I have one of these lights hovering over my computer. It's like a soft box kind of thing like this. These are incredible. They're almost a necessity if you want to film just about anything. I got those particular ones off of Amazon. I got a kit with 3 lights, and it was just under $100. Comes with all the bulbs and stands and all that stuff. We're now just, you got burnt out. Oh man, well, that's unfortunate. I hope you guys get unburnt out. But either way, I encourage you guys to go over to Life of M and just go back to the beginning. There's plenty of content there. And then maybe you should guilt trip Neil and Nikki into restarting Life of M. When I said oh crap, when did I say oh crap? Okay. Hold on. I'm sorry, guys. Bear with me. This streaming is not a seamless process. But anyway, so that actually brings me back to the whole point of me being here is what's it like to be a YouTuber full time is if you're trying to make really high quality content, it can get expensive. And I'm starting to get back to doing things that I was doing in the past that weren't really vlogging and more like producing like pre-made, like scripted content, which I'm looking forward to doing. But luckily for me, I already had everything that I needed. So it's the kind of thing that if you're looking to change, completely change kind of what you're doing, it could cost you a pretty penny. But the beauty of it with camera equipment is that you only have to buy that stuff one time. So I'm able to just reuse stuff that I was using in the past. Also, while I've got you guys here, how many people of you have seen the characters that I do? Like, I do this thing where I have like this wifey character, and then I do this thing where it's basically me in a wig, and it's Keisha. Let me know if you guys have seen that. I noticed you're on a new adventure, and I need to check out the live stream. Yeah, Neil, I'm trying to do this a bit more often. I'm probably going to end up maybe doing it twice a week, give or take. Mainly, I'm just trying to figure out what is the best time of day to do it. This kind of seems like the time to do it. What's up with the new digs? It's coming along pretty slowly. Carol, you're delayed. Is there a delay in the sound of my voice to the video, or is it just taking me a long time to respond? Your characters are hilarious. Thank you, Neil. Your Filipino dad was pretty funny, too. Let's play some daylight bulbs. Yes, daylight bulbs work really well. Just try to stay away from LED bulbs because sometimes, depending on your camera, they can cause like a flashing effect. And depending on your camera, you can't necessarily fix that. So with lights, I would do that. Carol, yes, if you go back in time, you should find. I would go and look. I know there's at least 2. Like if you just search "My African Wife," there was a series that I did. I only put like 1 or maybe 2 of those videos on my YouTube channel, but there's several of them. I was just gonna kind of throw them out there every once in a while, and then I did one thing like a Christmas kind of video, and I think it's If I remember correctly, it's called Interview with an Elf, and I'm pretty sure that's there as well. So yeah, just check those out. Yeah, and I can't search anything. Crap. So as far as getting back to YouTubing full time, um, when it comes down to having to, when you have to start getting creative and thinking outside the box to get content made, that's kind of where you end up with the videos that I was just telling you guys about, with doing the characters and things, because it makes a nice way to fill in the gaps, I guess, or do something just different. Like, just sometimes I like the extra, uh, the the added challenge. I haven't. You want to see me with a wig? I'm surprised you haven't seen that on Facebook, because I think I made a couple posts about that on Facebook. Yeah, you guys should check them out. People seem to love them. But anyway, I think I'm going to start doing those kind of videos. It's just a way to break things up, because I don't want to end up in a situation where I get burned out. I don't want to end up in a situation where things start to get monotonous. Um, it's just nice to do something different every once in a while. I'm going to show you guys a picture. I'm going to try to show you guys a picture, if my computer will allow it. Any of you guys have like really bad pollen where you are right now? Because the pollen is terrible here in Macon. Anyway, I'm trying to hunt down a picture of Keisha for you guys. Keisha being my alter ego, my female alter ego. Hmm. This is crazy. Like, I literally can't. I can't do anything at all while I'm live streaming. I might just have to start bringing another computer in here. All right. So while I'm waiting on that to try to load, let me come back here. Um, see the wig. You should do lives in the evening. Okay, so I want to do that in the evening, but for some reason it's just really hard. Like, once I get home, it's just really hard to do, and I don't know, quite frankly, if wifey would really be interested in doing it with me. I don't think she would have the patience to sit on here for an hour with you guys, to be completely honest. It's hard to get her to sit still, but to sit still, yeah, I'll try. I'll try. And to everybody that's watching, if I could get her to sit down for about an hour this evening, would you be interested in watching that today? Let me know, because I've already been here for a while, but I'm willing to do it again if you guys would want to see that with wifey. Let me know in the comments. And since I've also got more people here, I'm going to throw a question out from earlier. A lot of YouTubers are using things like Patreon to get support to their channels by basically offering exclusive content. And the way it works is basically you can get access to exclusive content by pledging an amount of money on like a tiered level. So you could say like $5 a month gives you this block of content. The next tier gets you something. I don't know how I would have a million tiers. I was just kind of considering a trial run where $5 gets you exclusive content, and it would be like a lot of the stuff that Wifey and I usually don't cover in the vlog, that we just don't kind of do publicly, but it really kind of gives a window into our lives on some of the things that we don't generally do on vlogs. So I'm just curious if you guys would even be interested in that kind of content, and if you would even be open to a system like that where you could get everything that you're getting now, but you could get a little bit extra for just a couple bucks. You know, the way I look at Patreon and kind of the way it's designed to work is it's almost like a tip that you give to content creators. And a lot of people have been using it with great success. I mean, I'm going to do this regardless, but it's a platform that I've been considering taking advantage of. So just let me guys let me know what you guys think. Still trying to get this thing to load here. Yeah, it's just not going to be cooperative, guys. I'm sorry. But yeah, if you just scroll back through the videos, you will you'll find "Interview with an Elf" for sure. I just checked the title on that. That has the character Keisha. Crap. Oh well, I tried. Anyway, just check that out. Oh, it's called Patreon. I will spell that. Actually, I just spelled that wrong. Here, I'm gonna just type it into the thing. Patreon. That is what it's called. But yeah, I mean, a lot of people use it. Quite frankly, a lot of those YouTubers are much bigger than me. They're usually at least 1,000 or more a lot of times. But I don't know. I'm just grabbing at straws right now. Still trying to see if I can get you guys a link of Keisha. That's also not working. Back. Never given it a try as a full-time. I think it would be worth it. Yeah, I mean, you really with any of it, you just really have to just commit to it. You just have to say, this is what I'm going to do, and this is just how it's going to be. And that's kind of what I did. And that's kind of what a lot of people have done that have just decided to YouTube. I just my social media is just really, really screwed up, guys. Meredith is Power Director. The folks that are vlogging, what software are you guys using? My biggest fear with growing your channel. Um, if I had a fear, and I have to use the word fear very loosely, it would be. It would honestly be. I mean, the internet can be a hateful place, and my biggest fear is that something would happen with wifey that would hurt her. I mean, not physically, but hurt her emotionally, because people can just be mean, and I don't care. But any of the things that have ever upset me, it usually has something to do with her. Like some troll will make a comment about her, and that's really the only thing that, if I had a fear, it's that. Because I think that I can't make a vlog about me without her. I mean, it doesn't make sense. I mean, I do a lot of content, without her physically there because she can't be there all the time. But um, being that she's my wife, I can't do that and ignore the fact that she exists on a vlog. So if something happened that hurt her to the extent that she didn't want to take part anymore, um, I'd have to oblige, and that really scares me more than anything. But scared is scared probably isn't the right word, but if there's a concern. Also, somebody getting mad and like finding me. Um, Full disclosure, to actually get to my office, there's actually two like electronically code secured doors you have to go through. So nobody's coming here. Another fear, I guess. I don't know, like accidentally like showing one of my credit cards or something on the vlog. Uh, I try to make sure that I'm really careful uh, when I'm film or when I'm editing. I try to be really careful and make sure I'm not showing anything that can have somebody show up. Uh oh, can't hear me. Uh, can you hear me now? I sound like the Verizon commercial. Can you hear me now? Okay. All right. Well, that's good. Maybe Norma was just having some issues. Can you hear me now, though, Norma? Now that you've gotten restarted there. Also, considering that everybody else can hear me, can I get a roll call of who's in here? Because I know I've got Norma. I've got Norma and Carol, but I'm showing 7 people, and I'm just curious who's here and has left and come back and all that good stuff. So, okay, good. Glad to have you back. J&M, how are you? Lurking in the background. Glad to have you. Glad to have everybody here. Okay, so the next thing for full-time vlogging, I'm going to show you guys a little something here. I'm getting text messages. Drones! So, This is a drone that I don't use anymore, actually, but I built it a few years ago, and it's got a GoPro on it. I might dust this off and actually start using it. Once I got a Phantom 4, I didn't really have a ton of need for this anymore. It basically works the same though. But yeah, doing drone stuff or drone video is something I've wanted to do for a while regularly, but I almost felt like it was starting to get really cliche because of the whole Casey Neistat thing, and he's a real drone fanboy. And I don't know. I was feeling a little bit too cool for school, I'll admit, but I've just given in, and I'm going to start doing that more often. So, maintaining my little fleet of drones has become a thing. Yes, Neil, you are being a creeper in the back, but I'm glad to have you. Why so many wires? Now, here's the thing. Anytime that I've ever built anything really complex, it looks more like a bomb than it is like actually whatever it's supposed to be. So, like, I mean, yeah, there's wire. This one's actually pretty cleaned up, honestly. Uh, well, there's a lot of wires down here. I mean, but quite frankly, there's just a lot of stuff. This thing is heavy. I mean, it's loaded up with all kinds of equipment. But yeah, it's a lot of fun. Are you ever scared you will lose your drone? So, you can't be scared of losing it. If you're scared of losing it, then you shouldn't be doing it. It's the kind of thing you just, it's a reality of it that it's a possibility that you're going to lose this stuff. So, I love how big it is. Funny you should say that. By the way, that's what she said. This is the little one, actually. This is the baby. Hold on, I've got a bigger one. Yeah. Okay. So, it's the one I just showed you guys. And then, where's the other one? It's quite a bit bigger. It's hard to, I guess the perspective is a bit hard to tell, but. And then, actually at home, I have a giant one that's, I think, from end to end, it's about 6 feet. I may actually have a picture on my phone that I can show you guys. But drone stuff, well, you know what? The better, it is a drone, but it's a drone based on a helicopter. So this is the back of our old closet. And that's my baby there. I don't know if you guys can even see that very well. Can you? But yeah, it's a little bit more than 6 feet. Does it fly smooth? Oh yeah, it's like a cloud wafting by. A terrifying electric wiry cloud. Yeah, Carol, I mean, these aren't really that big. I mean, I have really big stuff at home. I mean, you want to see big flying stuff? I have a ton of huge flying stuff. I wish that my Facebook would actually come up right now because I have pictures of all my old radio controlled stuff that's in storage. I have a couple of airplanes that from nose to tail are probably 7 or 8 feet. and then wingtip to wingtip, maybe about another 8 feet. I should vlog test flying in the future. The last video that I posted, I think. Yeah, the last video. Check that one out. I did some flying in that one. Okay, so I had considered doing a vlog showing all my stuff, but there are a lot of visual cues that I would have to show that would show where this stuff is at, and since I'm going to be much more local here, I really don't want to show that. So I want to talk about the stuff, but I'm going to have to find a better way than showing it where it's stored, because if you live in this area, you'll know exactly where it is. So that's why I haven't done that. No, Carol, it's fine. That's a valid question. But that's why I haven't, just because you would people that live here would know exactly where it is, and that stuff is crazy expensive. The airplanes are crazy expensive. The drone stuff is not as bad, honestly. Okay, so Carol, I don't know what kind of budget that you might have, but right now you can get a Phantom 3 for $500. You can get the Phantom 4, which is a current model. You can get their base one, Phantom 4, and it's right at $1,000. And then the latest Phantom 4 with all the fancy new anti-collision stuff is right around $1,700. The one that I've got is the last Phantom 4 that now is the base model Phantom 4, because I bought it before the newest one came out, and it was about $1,500. But it's an amazing piece of equipment. I mean, just as a camera, it's an amazing piece of technology. Yeah, yeah. Some things I'm kind of forced to keep private, but I mean, I feel like you guys see probably 90% of everything there is to see. In fact, really, the only things that I purposely left out are honestly, I've got like the business stuff that I've been working on in the background, that I can't talk about for some legal reasons right now, but we'll be able to talk about that in the future. And then we've had a couple of life things that have happened that are just better to just keep private. But they're also not something, those also aren't things that really affect our daily lives, so I don't feel like it's really a detriment leaving it out. It would probably bore all you guys, honestly. Carol, just a question for you. Are you on my Facebook fan page for that guy you met today? If not, please go over there and add yourself, and then I'm going to send you a message on Facebook. So before I get out of here, do you guys have any questions for me? Any other questions about maybe what it might be like to be YouTubing for a living? Do you have any questions? I think a lot of people have a lot of questions about making money on YouTube. And I'm more than happy to answer any of those questions. So, another problem that I have so many cables. I have so many of these wires with this end on them. It's ridiculous. Oh my God. I have that, and then I feel like I drown in zip ties, even though these are the greatest thing in the world. So here's a little thing about me. Some people love duct tape, like my mother. My mother's a big, big duct tape fan. Me, cable ties. Cable ties. My first car was, I think, more cable tie than it was actually car. It's so stupid. It was such a bad car. I would try to show you guys, but my computer won't let me do anything. Do you have any other job outside of YouTubing? Are you completely full-time with YouTube? I do not have a job outside of YouTube. So from an official perspective, I'm unemployed, I guess. Because Google is clearly not my employer. My partnerships, I'm not an employee. So no. But while I don't have a traditional job, I have 4 different income generating things going on at the same time, which is quite frankly much more how it's kind of what I really prefer. Like I said in a blog way back that I don't have a desire to be an employee ever again. Companies have really, I've gotten the short end of the stick when it comes to employment over the years, and I'm done with it. I hate being put in the situation over and over again where I'm at the mercy of some employer that, I'm just a number. Like, they can get rid of me like that. Like, my livelihood is dependent on people that don't care about me. Like, does that seem like ridiculous to y'all? Like, I mean, I'm assuming you guys have regular jobs. Does that not just seem absurd that your livelihood would be dependent on people that, if you end up unemployed, what do they care? And then especially, I'm just thinking that what if the situations that I've been through with unemployment, what if I'd had children? What would I have done? Like, because really our only saving grace was probably that me and wifey don't have kids. And part of the reason we haven't is just because we've been so busy, quite frankly, that, that's just not something that's in the cards. And we're actually, we'll be married 5 years this year and no kids. People look at us crazy. Because they're like, how can you be married for 5 years and not have any kids? I'm like, that's easy. You just don't have kids. But then again, I'm sorry if this term offends anyone, but because I don't know how else to really describe it, but like, I feel like some people are just like breeders, like they're just people that, God, I feel like breeder is just such a like offensive word. I'm really sorry if that's offensive, but I mean, they're just like, there are people that are just out there and they're just sort of built to be parents, or they're just built to procreate. You know what I mean? And I think neither one of us really has that desire or that drive, particularly, where you just feel like you have to reproduce, like that there's something wrong. Like, we love the ability to just go and do stuff. We hadn't been able to in a while, but with no kids to deal with, I mean, we just enjoy living that way. Now, I mean, if it were to happen, then so be it. But I just think some people are built for it. Some people, they feel that that's a necessary thing, or that when you're married, that's like what you're supposed to do, and that's what's supposed to happen, and it's supposed to happen very quickly. But I think we both are just kind of like, lately it's just been like, well, if it happens, great, but nobody is freaking out. or having baby fever that I know of. I don't know if there's like a secret baby fever. I don't know. But anyway, I digress. Did you find me on the Facebook page, Carol? I think I'm about to get out of here, guys. But once I hear from Carol, okay, good, very good, Carol. All right. Well, on that note, I may come back later with Wifey. We'll see. If not, then I will probably see you folks on Wednesday. So thank you everyone for your support. Thank you so much for coming and spending this hour and a half with me on YouTube Live. And I'll see you guys next time. Stay tuned for a new vlog. I think I have one scheduled to come out tomorrow. I think. If not, then we're looking at Wednesday. So thank you guys again, and we'll see you next time.